welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping right into something huge, artificial intelligence, and how it's, well, completely reshaping learning and development.
It really is.
If you're involved in training, education, building skills in any organization, this is definitely for you.
Absolutely. It's not really a question of if AI will change L&D anymore.
Right.
It's about how much and honestly how fast. We're seeing things now that seemed like science fiction just a few years back.
The pace is incredible. Let's look at the numbers first because they really tell a story. The global AI market, it's not just growing, it's like exploding. We're talking a projected compound annual growth rate. Get this, 36.8% between 2023 and 2030.
Wow.
Which means by 2030, it could hit $345.2 billion. That's massive.
It's staggering. And that huge investment across all industries, it's directly fueling what's happening in education and training.
So it's trickling down or maybe flooding down.
Pretty much. AI isn't just theoretical in education now. It's becoming, the engine driving real changes in teaching, learning, even managing the whole system.
And it's not just one thing, is it? It's a mix of tech.
Exactly. You've got machine learning, that's the bit that lets systems learn from data.
Okay.
Then natural language processing, NLP, which helps AI understand and use human language, makes interaction more natural.
Like chatbots and stuff.
Right, and analyzing text. And then there's predictive analytics, which is becoming super sophisticated at figuring out future trends or needs.
So ML is the learning part, NLP is the communication, and predictive analytics is like the crystal ball.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. It helps anticipate challenges and, crucially, personalize the learning path before someone gets stuck.
And we're seeing this in action already, right? Like those AI-driven personalized learning systems.
Oh, definitely. That's a prime example. Imagine training software that doesn't just give everyone the same stuff. It actually adjusts in real time. If you get it quickly, it moves you on. If you're, struggling a bit, it gives you extra help or maybe explains it differently.
That level of personalization, but scalable, that seems like the real game changer.
It is. Traditionally, that kind of one-on-one attention was just too resource-heavy for large groups. AI makes it possible.
Okay, so for people listening who are thinking, I want to do this, not just hear about it, getting the right skills is key.
Absolutely essential.
Our sources mention things like the AI plus learning and development certification. Is that about gaining the practical how-to?
Precisely. It's about moving beyond just understanding the concepts. It's equipping L&D pros with the actual skills to, build, implement, and manage these AI tools effectively in a learning context.
Right, the hands-on part.
Yeah, the practical application.
So we know AI's influence is growing fast. Let's drill down into how it's changing the day-to-day for L&D teams. The stats are pretty telling.
They really are.
As of this year, 2024, almost 47% of organizations say they've already put AI into their L&D programs. That's significant adoption already.
It is, and it's happening in a few key ways. First, as we touched on, is that personalized experience. AI looks at past performance, maybe at learning styles, skill gaps, and delivers content that's just much more relevant and, frankly, engaging for that specific person.
Moving away from one size fits all. Makes sense. What else?
Then you have adaptive learning systems. These go a step further. They don't just deliver personalized stuff, they actively react to how the learner is doing.
So they change things up based on performance.
Exactly. Adjusting difficulty, giving specific feedback, maybe even suggesting a different path through the material if needed. It's like having a dynamic tutor.
Constantly assessing and adjusting.
Okay, yeah. Then there's the automation piece. AI is taking over a lot of the administrative heavy lifting.
Like grading? Scheduling?
Yep. Grading quizzes, scheduling sessions, tracking progress, all that routine stuff that eats up time.
Which frees up the L&D team for more strategic work.
Precisely. They can focus on designing better learning, giving more human support where it counts, rather than getting bogged down in admin.
Okay, that's a big one. And the fourth area?
Data-driven insights. AI can analyze all the data these learning platforms generate, huge amounts of it, and spot trends.
Like identifying skill gaps across the company.
Exactly that. Or seeing what training methods are most effective. It helps leaders make much smarter, more informed decisions about their L&D strategy, moving from reactive to proactive.
So it really sounds like a win-win. Learners get more relevant education, and the organization gets more effective training and better use of resources.
That's the goal, a learning ecosystem that's just more responsive, efficient, and ultimately impactful.
Now, L&D departments often face big hurdles, don't they? Like scaling programs for thousands of people or just managing all that data securely.
Oh, absolutely. Those are classic challenges.
So how does AI help tackle those specifically? Let's start with scalability.
Okay, so with scalability, AI platforms can be really flexible. They can adjust resources automatically based on demand.
Meaning?
Meaning whether you're training 10 people or 10,000, the AI infrastructure can scale up or down without needing, a massive build out of physical servers or tons of manual configuration. It's much more elastic.
That agility sounds crucial today. And what about data? Governance, security? Those are always big concerns.
Right. Well, AI offers advantages there too. For data governance, it can help ensure data is handled according to regulations like GDPR or internal policies.
Keeping things compliant?
Yes. And it can analyze that data for insights while keeping the security protocols tight. And on security itself, AI is getting really good at predicting potential threats.
Predicting them? How?
By analyzing patterns, identifying anomalies that might signal a breach attempt, it allows for proactive defense rather than just reacting after something happens. It significantly reduces risk.
Wow. So these aren't just small tweaks. AI is fundamentally changing how L&D can operate at scale and manage data, overcoming old barriers.
Exactly. It lets you build learning systems that are more resilient, more secure, and just way more agile to meet changing needs.
It's interesting to see it's not just the L&D teams internally. Our sources show lots of different industries are already using AI in their training. Can you give us some examples?
Sure. Take manufacturing. They're using AI algorithms to create really tailored training for complex machinery.
I hope so.
The system might adjust the detail or the pace based on the technician's existing skills, maybe their performance in like a VR simulation. It speeds up onboarding and improves safety.
Makes sense, especially where real-world practice is risky. What about other fields?
Healthcare is another big one. AI is helping automate the creation of training materials on, say, new medical procedures.
Keeping things up to date quickly.
Right. It can synthesize tons of research fast. And they're using AI with VR for things like surgical practice or patient interaction scenarios. Very immersive, zero risk.
That AI-powered VRR combo seems powerful for engagement.
It really is, and you see it elsewhere too. Financial services, for instance. They use AI for personalized compliance training based on roles and past history.
Tailoring mandatory training.
Yeah, makes it more relevant. Plus, predictive analytics can flag employees who might need extra compliance support, allowing for targeted intervention.
So, across the board, AI is helping tailor training to very specific industry needs.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
Definitely, leading to much more effective workforce development overall.
Okay, so for someone listening, maybe an L&D manager who's thinking, all right, I'm convinced, but where do I start? What's the practical advice for integrating AI?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The key is, don't try to boil the ocean. Start strategically, incrementally.
Step one.
First, really assess your needs. What specific problems are you trying to solve with AI? What are your goals? Don't just adopt AI because it's trendy.
Start with the why. Okay, makes sense. Then what?
Then look at your data. AI runs on data. Is yours clean, organized, accessible? You might need to work on your data infrastructure first. That's foundational.
Right. Data readiness, crucial. What's next?
After that, you start choosing the right tools. Research AI platforms that actually align with your goals and your learners' needs. There are many options out there now.
So, careful selection, not just grabbing the first shiny object.
Exactly. And maybe run some small tests, some pilot projects. But before you even deploy, you need to train your own team.
Equipping the L&D professionals themselves.
Absolutely. They need to understand how to use these tools, interpret the insights, integrate them into workflows. It's a change management piece, too.
And you mentioned pilot projects.
Yes. Start small. Test AI on a limited scale, see what works, get feedback, refine your approach before you roll it out widely.
Seems logical.
And is there an ethical component?
Oh, definitely. That's critical. Always consider the ethical implications, fairness, privacy, transparency.
Right.
Make sure your AI use aligns with ethical guidelines and respects your learners.
So it's a thoughtful process. Assess, prep data, choose tools, train team, pilot small, and always be ethical. That's a pretty good roadmap. A measured approach usually leads to the best results with AI integration.
Now, for those ready to really dive deep and, master this intersection of AI and L&D, Our sources kept highlighting the AI plus learning and development certification from AI certs.
Mhm.
Can you tell us a bit more about what that actually involves?
Sure. The AI plus L&D certification, it's really designed as a comprehensive program. It targets L&D pros, educators, leaders, anyone who needs to effectively use AI in learning strategies.
Okay, so it's practical. What kind of topics does it cover?
It gets into the core stuff, things like adaptive learning systems, how to design and implement them. It covers machine learning fundamentals, so you understand the
The
engine.
basics of how it works.
Right. And natural language processing, how AI understands language for things like chatbots or analyzing feedback. Also, importantly, ethical considerations in AI. That's woven throughout.
Ethics is key. Anything else?
Yeah, it also looks at emerging AI trends, so you're not just learning today's tech, but looking ahead. And the goal is both theory and practical skills, hands-on application.
So it bridges that gap between knowing about AI and knowing how to actually apply it in L&D.
Exactly. It's designed to give you that confidence and competence to lead AI initiatives in your organization. If you're serious about this, it seems like a really solid path.
It definitely sounds like a valuable credential for anyone looking to get ahead in this space.
I'd agree. It's an investment in staying relevant and effective.
Well, that brings us towards the end of our deep dive today on AI's huge impact on learning and development. And of course, that pathway through the AI plus learning and development certification from AI certs.
It's been a fascinating discussion.
It really has. So if you're an educator, an
Mhm.
L&D professional, a leader thinking about how to leverage AI, we really encourage you to check out AI certs.
Definitely worth a look.
Learn more about that certification program. It could be the key to unlocking that next level for your training. We'll put the link in the description, but you can find it by searching for AI certs.
Take that first step.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget to subscribe to the deep dive. We'll keep exploring how technology, especially AI, is changing our professional world.
Lots more to cover.
Definitely. Join us next time for another deep dive. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and think about how AI might shape your future.